Welcome, homeowners. This is your fellow homeowner sharing the experience I got buying the 28-inch Optimus Greenworks chainsaw. Everybody likes making wood chips. Looking around. .2 amp battery has 4 bars for charge display. I always recharge when it gets down to 1 bar. Oil pump. Why you want to keep the area under the sprocket cover clear. This is the commercial site to buy the chainsaw. It is not linked from the consumer site. This is the biggest battery they offer. The OEM chain performed poorly on queen palm trunks. The Oregon half chisel 72 DPX 092G worked way better. Removing the battery is safer, but the saw tilts forward onto the bar. The chain tension pin is in the sprocket cover. Note the slot under the nuts where you can look to see the back of the chain tension pin. Scrape. Orange or citrus cleaner. Clean. Polish or lubricate. The SC1 polish is low stick and reduces buildup. It makes the next cleaning easier. Removing the bar and chain. If you forget to loosen the chain before you take off the sprocket cover, you can just tap it with a rubber mallet. Cleaning the chain in a small amount of kerosene in an oil drain pan with a parts brush or wire brush. Clean both sides. A couple ounces of kerosene will evaporate in 10 minutes on a warm day. Cleaning and polishing the bar makes it slide through the kerf easier. When cleaning removes gunk and lubrication, you need to relubricate. The front sprocket needs to be lubricated. I can lubricate the bar 10 times with 1 ounce of bar oil. Paint pen. Big picture. A chisel chips off wood, but it requires a lot of skill to control depth. A plane controls depth and has a chisel blade in it. A chainsaw is like a loop of whirring planes that produces wood chips. The chisel points need to be kept sharp and the depth guide filed down to the right depth. Go ahead and make it pocket knife scary sharp. Steel type 2-in-1 file works, but I like the single file one better for this saw. Rotate the file occasionally. Depth guide. They always give you a fine file, but I use a coarse file with determination. 90% of the time, the depth guide needs to be lowered. The sprocket cover had the tension pin upside down. This alignment blocked access to the nuts. I flipped the tension pin over and access to the nuts was restored. Two star or Torque X screws had to be removed. I always install the bar and chain at the loosest position. The tension pin is right under the nut access hole. You can see the back of the tension pin through the front slot. I find it easier to put the drive links in the power head sprocket first and the bar tip sprocket last, which has a bigger radius. Tension pin from the back and the front. If I kneel down and look directly at the slot, it is easier to see if the tension pin and nuts are lined up correctly. Checking that the drive chain moves smoothly. Oil filler cap. If it is stuck, you can use the squinch. .375-inch pitch and 050 thou drive link width. Correct file size and depth guide information on the back of the package. A rafter skewer would tell where the notch is pointing. Greenworks conveniently puts a green line that does the same thing. Half chisel chain for rebate. Full chisel chain. OEM chain. There seems to be a certain limited pitch forward that the chain will grab, but not at the base where you want to set the bumper spikes. The DPX half chisel chain is what I use. I use the full length of the bar for one stump cutoff. A can hook can roll logs onto the 4x4s. Easiest stump cutoff ever with 3 jack.